Yo, what's good? Your 413 here back in the day, and today, guys, we are here because there is a brand new car available in the Crew 2, and it is the 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, and guys, I absolutely love this car, and I've kind of fallen in love with it since the first day it was released. When I saw this car, I thought, man, that is a sexy car, and I would love to own it one day. I mean, just look at these taillights, look at this exhaust, and to top it all off, it's an Alfa. It's an Alfa Romeo, guys. That is something that is absolutely amazing. And it came to the United States. We don't ever get Alfas here in the States, guys. You don't know how important this was for those of us here stateside. Because when it comes to Alfas, you only get two options. You get this or the 4C. That's it. You don't really get anything else. Even though Fiat Chrysler Dodge Group, you know, they own so many American car brands. And then they just leave this one over in Europe for the most part. I mean, we don't really see Alfas. Which is kind of why, you know, when they have that old Top Gear spiel about how, oh, if you want to be a true car person, you have to own an Alfa. Finding an Alfa in the States is so hard. It really and truly is. And that's why I'm so excited that this thing is finally stateside. We got the 4C, of course. But this thing, it kind of brings it more into the mainstream. It's not a sports car, although at the same time it is. It's a sports sedan. It's got 4 doors. You can fit your kids in the back of it. It's on par with things like the BMW M3 and M5 and the Audi RSs and all that sort of stuff. It's a good car, and people are willing to actually spend money to have a nice, family-friendly 4-door that can also, like, whip their necks in shape. I mean, this thing is an absolute beast. I absolutely freaking love this car, and I'm so glad it is here in the game. But right now, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to put on all the modifications, and then we're going to take it out for a spin. Guys, I cannot wait to get into this because I took a little bit of a sneak peek, and there is some really cool stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so of course, you know, we can change our colors and everything like that. Here are just the official colors really quickly. We have this awesome white color. Honestly, that is a pretty damn cool color. We get this nice blue. I've actually seen this on one Alfa Romeo Giulia in the past. You know, of course, a traditional gray and a traditional gray and a different red. I mean, we get different colors of red. We get some whites. We get some grays, all that sort of stuff. But, of course, red and blue are the colors that kind of deserve to be on this car. Leaning more towards red, of course, because it's an Alfa. It's Italian. When you think of an Italian sports car, you think of Rosso red, Ferrari red. I mean, it's basically what needs to be on an Italian car. I know that's maybe my opinion there, and some people might disagree with me. But guys, I really love having red on Italian cars, especially Alfas and Ferraris. I think this thing looks pretty damn good with red. Now let's go ahead and head over to the visual parts, because of course this is why you guys showed up here. We got some different hoods, the first one being this one, which is actually my favorite. It's very simple. It keeps the paint on the car, which I quite like. Then we do get a carbon fiber stock hood. Then we get the next hood that we just had in carbon fiber. And then we get this one right here, which has some bolt-on air intakes. And I don't really think those really belong on this car. Unless you're planning on building a race car like it was supposed to be a Grand Tourer, which this one is not a Grand Tourer, it's a street racer, which kind of leaves me at this one. I really do enjoy having this part on here. I think it's the best looking of the bunch. Then we have our front bumpers, and honestly, it's kind of hard to tell the difference in these. So what we have to do is you actually have to go look at the headlights, and you'll notice that you actually get a little bit of a black strip on some of the headlights. Although on the second one, what we actually get is we get this nice little splitter right here on the front, which is not too shabby. Then we go to this one, which kind of takes that away, and I think what it is that this is the upgraded version for number 2, and this is the one that I have installed. And then we have basically the standard, with just a very, very little front carbon fiber splitter there on the front. And then, of course, we get our headlight changed to black. And then we get to this one, which is the one that is kind of racy. And if you're going for the Grand Tourer, again, you can do your whole hood thing. This is probably the best option for a Grand Touring car. And then, finally, we get over here. Oh, whoops. Nope. I accidentally clicked the wrong button there, guys. But you get your Grand Tourer car, and then you get your Grand Tourer with the black headlights, and then you get this version, which is more of like a street racy feel to me. And of course, there was this one that I chose, which is the street racy feel with the black headlights. So that's the one that I'm going to go ahead and go with. Front fenders. So we do get a nice wide body kit on here. I'm not sure if this is an actual wide body kit or not, or maybe the crew just decided to go ahead and design this. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really give us brands, but we do get this nice wide body kit for it. Wheels and tires. These are the ones that I decided to go with right here. These are the stock ones right there. I kind of like them. I almost thought about keeping them, but I decided to go against them and get these ones there. So now let's go ahead and jump back here to our side skirts, although caliper color, of course. Actually, before that, we got side mirrors. So, of course, we get our red side mirror. We get a carbon fiber with a stripe, and then we have just a plain carbon fiber. I chose this one because it's Italian. I don't know why. And then side skirts, we get this one and a carbon fiber version with a red stripe, or you can have red with a carbon fiber stripe. I'm going carbon fiber with a red stripe just because. And then we get to our rear fenders, and of course we get our wide body kit again to match the front. That's what we're going to go ahead and go for this time. Rear wings. Alright, so there's some pretty good rear wings. Of course you have your stock carbon fiber version, and then you have a painted version. Then we get to this one, which, okay, kind of interesting. And then you get to this big bad boy. I mean, holy shit, if you guys are going for the Grand Tourer, this is the wing that you want to have. And look, it even keeps your stock carbon fiber wing when you put this damn thing on. So basically, you got two wings going for you. And that is a nice one, guys. If you're going for that Grand Tourer look, that's the one you're going to get. And then, of course, we do have this one. I just feel it's kind of boring. It just reminds me too much of the stock Forza wing. So the one that I decided to go with, of course, is just the plain old carbon fiber wing that comes stock. Then we get to rear bumper, and honestly, it's not really a bumper change. It's an exhaust change with, yeah, it's basically just an exhaust change. Because we get this one right here. Okay, it does change the bumper just a little bit. I think that's ugly. What on earth is going on there? We get this one again. Kind of big and loud and brash. Not a big fan of it. I would have been a big fan of this when I was younger. Then we get to this one. This one's getting better, but it's so weird. It just looks like somebody's like trying to shove too much food in their mouths with these. I mean, that's what I'm getting. Then we get to this one, which kind of looks a little bit better. You know, it actually kind of ends. It doesn't look like it scoops all the way around. It's not hugging it. So this is the one that I went for, and of course we have the stock one. I really like this one because it's just the same exhaust pretty much. Add some carbon fiber bits and blacks out the exhaust tips. So that's the one that I'm going to go ahead and go for there. Interior color, of course, we get our regular interior color, which I don't know what it actually was. I think it was stock black. I decided to go ahead and go with red here. Do interior style number 2, which I think adds the red trim to the seats. Material, of course, we go for the regular material. I don't know what to call this. Is this supposed to be like velour? I don't know. They just added like these weird materials. They don't really even say what they are. I mean, all it really does is just kind of changes the contrast a little bit. It doesn't really do much, and there is no insert, so you are stuck with carbon fiber. So in case you wanted wood grain, well, too bad. They don't really care. I wanted wood grain, man. I wanted some wood grain. This is a luxury sports sedan. Let me have wood grain, damn it. Let me have wood grain. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and select those. And that is all the upgrades available for this car. I have put on some performance parts already. I think we're sitting right now at like 218. We're not fully maxed out yet, but we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a spin because why not? This is a pretty damn cool car. I love it. We got our wide body kit on there, which is not too crazy when you actually look at it. I mean, it's definitely noticeable, but it's nothing that's really too insane, to be honest. It really doesn't scream, oh my god, this is a massive body kit, not like the Lexus RCF in Forza Horizon 3. You know, this is pretty tame. It is pretty tame. So anyway, though, let's go ahead and drive this thing away, see how this car actually does on the road. What I do want to do, though, is I think that we can actually do some like regular performance tuning to lower this damn thing. So let's actually go here into Pro settings because okay, it doesn't let us do that. It's too high up for me. In my opinion, this car is kind of too tall. I feel like it should be lowered a little bit more than it is. Oh well, we'll ignore it. We'll ignore it. So let's drive off here. Oh man, here we go. I have not played the Crew 2 in a good little while, so I apologize if I'm absolutely terrible, because I already know I probably will be. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to change gears like it's Forza, guys. I'm trying to change gears like it's Forza! Oh my god, nice jump though. Nice jump. This car doesn't handle too badly. You can kind of tell that it is just a little bit heavy. It does feel just a little bit sluggish. It's definitely not like that KTM crossbow that we got last month. But the car overall is not too terrible. I mean, it handles alright. It feels okay. It does feel kind of heavy though, because of course it is a sports sedan. And honestly, the Crew 2, the cars all kind of have that weighted factor to them. They don't feel as light and as nimble as they actually are, you know. But I mean, hey, this car is not terrible. It's really, really not. I could see myself making do with this. I prefer the KTM crossbow that we got last month to this car, but still not too shabby, not too shabby. I want to see how this thing will actually end up doing in a race. So actually, let's go ahead and find ourselves a race to go ahead and do. See how well this thing actually performs. We hit the wrong button there. We need to go to the map. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So what is this? That is a drag race right there. Hypercars. We need a street race. So downtown LA South street race. Let's go ahead and travel to this and see how this thing goes. Because I want to see how well this car actually handles. I want to see how well this car actually performs. Hopefully, we're not like under level or anything like that. Yeah, we're actually kind of over level. We're kind of over level. Because, you know, it says 218 and we're supposed to be going up against 120s. So, we'll see how this thing actually works out. Alright, here we go, guys. Here we go. Look at that white body kit. Ah, it's so nice. It honestly, it's not too flashy, and it works. It really and truly does. I'm going to try and avoid using nitrous, because some people have said that when you use nitrous in this game, it automatically causes the racers to speed up, and they will beat you. And I don't really like that idea. I really don't. So here we go. Oh, you can tell it has that little bit of body roll to it. It really does. I mean, it's got that weight. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. We actually were able to get that corner just barely. Just barely. But now we've dropped back into third place. And, of course, what's in front of us is a goddamn Ferrari. I mean, we're in this Alfa Romeo. And they're expecting us to keep up with a freaking F12? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But anyway, though, let's just keep on going with this thing. It's really not bad. I mean, we got 3 laps of this. That Ferrari just kind of wrecked a little bit. So maybe we can get in front of it, although it's going to pass us just there. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Come on, keep it together, keep it together. There we go. We're still in second place, which is not too terrible. I'm just hoping that this car is able to actually win the race. That would be very nice to see. But come on, man. Come on. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And this time we are actually going this direction. We are not. Oh, we need a brake, brake, brake. Oh, there we go. There we go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Man, I was thinking that we were going to lose right there. I was thinking that we were going to crash. But really, this car, like I was saying, it's not bad. It feels a little heavy. It's got a bit of body roll to it. Although you can't actually tell the body roll. It has it, but it's really not too noticeable when you're just driving around. But with the controls, you can kind of feel it. You can kind of feel it. It's just a little bit heavy. If we could like lighten up or stiffen the suspension, that would be fantastic. I know that's not going to happen. But also, I mean, I could do some tuning on this to make it maybe just a little bit better for myself. But now we're going to use nitrous to the finish line so that we don't lose. And there we go. We won this race in the Alpha. And you guys already know, I'm not the greatest racer ever. So winning a race is actually pretty decent. It means the car is actually good. Because it made me look better than I am. Let's be straight up honest. It made me look better than I am. We got some parts. Not too shabby. But anyway, though, guys, I think that's where we're going to go and wrap it up for today. If you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Griffin13 and Instagram.com/Griffin13. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.